Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Stocks. In today's video, we are going to quickly talk about GreenPower Motors, one of the EV stocks that I've been trying to look for a while. I've been trying to get an entry point for a while, and today we're going to talk about them. But before we get started, how about we get some coffee? All right, I just want to get one thing straight, and that I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take my words as advice. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and if you're new around this channel, don't forget to also drop a subscribe. Press on that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt, right? So I do want to get it's been going great lately. The market has been green lately. Which means that we need to get into more green stuff. So one thing is GreenPower Motor Corp. If we look at the past day, which was Friday, it opened up at around $13 and it went up 3.46%. Not bad as an EV person. It IPO'd like 2011 or something. Yeah, you see that crazy. Anyways. So in the 5-day chart, it's been up for more than 6.19%. They did have that little sell-off because of the tweet that Donald Trump said, but they came back from $12 to $13.38. In the past month, they are currently down 7.91%. Not too bad. We did have that bloody week, remember? They went down more than 27% in their past month. Well, this is a little crazy. They're up more than 1,063%. Pretty good. Now let's see who GreenPower is and a little bit about themselves. Is the future of transportation, right off the bat in their website. The future of transportation, an electric bus manufacturer with the focus on the North America market. So they're only target North America. Hopefully they're able to expand later on. So introducing the EV Star electric bus, the GreenPower EV Star, the first purpose built zero emission minibus in its class. Multifunctional 25-inch mini e-bus can be deployed for transit, executive shuttle, paratransit, van pool, and many other operations. They also have the Beast Type D electric school bus. Pretty important, right? I have GreenPower EV 550, which is the future of green. After the success pilot of the GreenPower's first all-electric double-decker, CVS Tours of Victoria, Canada, has ordered 2 EV 550s and agreed to purchase up to 7 more to completely electrify its double-decker fleet by 2021. Super important. That is pretty badass. So I want you guys to see this little video right here before we get into their investor presentation, because honestly, I personally like EV, and I think it is the future. It might not be next year, it might not be in 2 years, but it's definitely going to be in the future. And I honestly really agree that it will be a growth stock, just as well as other EV companies that are out there. So let's go ahead and watch this.
SDAP opted instead for a purpose-built electric shuttle. GreenPower's EV Star, electric from the ground up.
The EV Star for us was perfect for multiple reasons. We've got dual charging for AC and DC. It's got a fuel economy of 0.77 kilowatt hours per mile, which is phenomenal for a Class 4 vehicle. It's got payload of 4,500 pounds. It's a beautiful bus inside and out. It gave us way more than what we ever thought we would have in a bus.
We're proving right now that this is not only a smart decision for the environment, but it's a good business decision. And that's really where, we've been trying to drive our foot in the ground a little bit, making these vehicles perhaps, more reliable, more serviceable. And we've got some challenges ahead. I mean, the whole industry does. But we're meeting them.
The reason I like the space of the heavy-duty vehicles and the medium-duty vehicles is that they're on the road all the time. They're highly utilized. You and I can go out and buy a battery electric car, zero-emission vehicle, and we're maybe on the road for an hour a day. These vehicles are on the road for 12 hours a day. So if you think about it, the amount of impact on the environment that these vehicles has is far greater.
Lower maintenance is definitely associated with zero emissions vehicles. There's no transmission, there's no oil changes, reduced fluid maintenance. Typically, you can expect somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 50% increase in brake life due to regenerative braking. It might sound like a small incremental savings. However, when you start multiplying that for some of your larger fleets, it represents a significant dollar amount.
We really want to be able to share our charging infrastructure with other fleet operators that are interested in adoption. We do know that it's going to create challenges, and the more that we can support the technology, I think the better that we all can prove that it can work.
I think one of the biggest things we can do is actually lead by example. So in the beginning of 2020, we're going to be receiving about 26 electric shuttles. And I feel like that is a really strong demonstration that this is technology that is ready now for implementation.
So pretty cool stuff about them. You know, they're trying to make a future with their transit. They're not really hitting any other markets because, you know, there's some big dogs in those markets. You know, you got Hyliion, you got Workhorse, you got Tesla, you got all kinds of people working on EV vehicles in general. But Green Power Motors is focusing on transit, school buses, you know, stuff like that can definitely give them an upper hand above everyone else. Now, a little bit more of Green Power, I guess. Green Power is leading designer, manufacturer, and distributor of battery electric zero-emission vehicles, covering the local, cargo, and delivery market, transit, shuttle, and school sectors. Currently, Green Power completed and delivered a total of 68 buses, including 62 EV Stars, 4 battery electric school buses, and 2 EV 350s, generating around $13.5 million of revenue, gross profit of $4 million, or 30% of sales in the most recent year ending March 31st, 2020. Now, one of the things that I did want to say, I know they do target just North America, but I know they target specific areas of California. Now, if you guys know from previous things that we talked about, California is trying to get rid of all gas and cars, or selling of cars. So this would be perfect for California because they, you know, there's a lot of things that California doesn't like, especially emissions and gas and anything that hurts the environment. Now, when it comes to green powered stuff and it's electric, it's like they thrive on that. They go towards that, and you know, they gravitate toward that in particular. So key highlights over here is broad-based line of purpose electric vehicles and delivering product now. Other than Tesla, Green Power is the only publicly traded EV manufacturer in North America, delivering units on a consistent basis. So they are delivering units, and that's super important to understand. According to Bloomberg, 1,600 battery electric medium and heavy duty commercial vehicles are expected to be sold in the United States in 2020, growing over 50,000 in 2025, 227,000 and 912,000 in 2040. For battery electric buses, they are seeing the growth from 2,000 in 2020 to over 25,000 in 2030 and 76,000 in 2040. So the sector of EV in general is exploding, right? And there's tons and tons of companies that are trying to ride this train as much as they can, and they're trying to get in it as fast as they can as well, right? So looking at some of these companies and they're being sold for like $20, $25, it's super important to have that in your watch list, right? Because you can ride that train as well and get a whole bunch of growth plus gains in return. So right here, what does FTA, Altoona certification, and Buy America compliance mean? So Green Power passed all 7 tests. It says right here 7 lengthy and rigorous FTA tests, and it's pretty cool, right? So the EV Star is Buy America compliant. 80% the FTA will subsidize up to 80% of the purchase price for vehicles that are Buy America Act compliant and Altoona tested by eligible transit property. First in class to be both Altoona certified and Buy America compliant. So that's pretty cool that they took that initiative for themselves. Deliveries have increased significant with others, supporting a corresponding increase in production. So they've been getting orders, not massive orders, but at least they've been getting orders enough to stay in the attention loop, and they're also been able to deliver with those orders, which, you know, in return creates more profit for them. So it's pretty good. So their strategy is to have partnership with the nation's largest bus dealership, Creative Bus Sales. So they're trying to, as you can see down here, they're trying to, you know, target those areas. They're trying to be physically in 18 locations in the U.S. 70 plus experienced sales personnel, which is pretty cool, and then national parts and service support. That's pretty cool as well. It shows you right here. I don't want to go too much into detail. Obviously, you guys can see this. They have different diverse range of markets, right? And they target all of those markets. As you can see here, Green Power EV Star customers right now: Green Commuter, Creative Bus Sales, Sacramento Regional Transit, AFTA or something like that, Jacksonville Transportation Authority, San Diego Seaport, UCF, and UCLA. A lot of these are California, and just like I mentioned before, California is a huge EV sucker, right? So they're trying to get a lot more EV in their state in order to diminish some of that emissions, in order to better the quality of their air to be better. Now, one of the markets that they do target is the U.S. school bus market, right? So 480,000 school buses in the service across the United States, right? Each bus, well, not each bus, but 26 million students transported daily within those buses. 6 billion miles driven annually, right? So imagine if you get 6 billion miles erased in 1 year. The emissions would be so much better, right? The air would be so much better. Everything would be so much better. 823 million consumed gallons of fossil fuels. Erase that. Imagine if you go EV and you get rid of all these miles and all these gallons of fossil fuels burned. Great, right? So it's 15 times more likely to be exposed to cancer causing toxins. They're talking about the fossil fuels and all these miles. So it's super important, and it's great for the environment, which everyone is really concerned about right now. They do have the BEAST, BEAST, which is a battery electric automotive school transportation. The BEAST gives you more range, it gives you more seating capacity, it gives you more standard features, and it gives you more safety. So it's great overall, not just on miles, but not, you know, and not on gas, but as well as safety for the children, etc., etc. So currently going for $13.38. I don't see it, you know, being that bad right now at $13.38. I mean, it did drop to $10.51 before, but honestly, I think that this company is a great buy because it will explore towards the upside in no time, right? So have this in your watch list. Obviously, do your homework, do your due diligence, because obviously you shouldn't do anything just because a YouTuber is making a video. Anyways, that was today's video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Green Power Motor, you know, making a huge difference in life, not just with, you know, the environment, but also with our kids. So make sure you guys keep that in your watch list. Don't forget to drop a like on this video as well as subscribe, because honestly, you guys are amazing and you guys rock. Subscribe button, it doesn't hurt, but it only benefits. All right, so see you guys next time on Coffee and Stocks.